Wow. So episode number 31 of That Time I Was Reincarnated of a Slime just happened. This episode was titled Despair, and honestly, that really described the feeling that we had pretty much through the entire episode. If for whatever reason you guys missed our reaction to episode number 31, make sure you guys click the cards right now and go check out our full reaction, and you guys can see kind of how I reacted through episode 31. It was kind of like a mountain field of emotions that we had from the beginning all the way kind of through the end. So let's talk a little bit about the episode and kind of all the things that happened and what we can kind of expect that's going to happen kind of moving forward. As always, guys, welcome to the little part of the internet that we have carved out just for us anime fans right here at the Otaku Room with me, Dom, from the Otaku Room. As always, guys, make sure you guys like the video. It definitely helps us out when you guys like, and make sure you guys subscribe, because if it's your first time here, I want you to come back for more. So let's talk about this latest episode. So the when we left off last week on episode number 30, Rimuru was fighting with Hinata, and Hinata was just out for revenge because she thought that Rimuru is the killer of 𝐒𝐻𝐲𝐸, which on a technical level, you know, I guess he kind of is. But the real thing is he was trying to talk to Hinata to try to let her know, like, of the situation that happened, that he's not just a monster, that he was reincarnated, etc., etc. But she just wasn't listening to any of it. And as the episode kind of, as the episode launched and as the episode kind of came into, we immediately picked up where we left off last week, was with Rimuru launching the move Gluttony. Now, when the move Gluttony launches, it basically kind of commands, or it'll summon all of the different monsters and things that he has absorbed through his life and kind of, like, be like one form. And as the fight kind of went on, Hinata took a step back and was like, hey, the move that I just launched, the rainbow move, didn't destroy him, so that means he doesn't have a soul. Now, we know, like, obviously he was reincarnated, so he has a soul, but that whole thing kind of, like, happened. And when that happened, she was like, I gotta launch my strongest move. So she launched the move called Disintegration, and OMG, this move is beyond redonk. Like, this move was so freaking powerful that even Rimuru himself was like, I don't even know if Milim would be able to handle this move. So she launches the move, and, like, I mean, just like the move says, she disintegrates Rimuru's gluttony form. And we were all just like, oh my god, what happened? But really, it takes us back kind of to when they were fighting back and forth, and he launched the spirit Ifrit. And at that moment, he created a body double, or a clone, for himself. And his clone was fighting Hinata. And his clone's the one that basically just got freaking annihilated 9 ways to Sunday. So Rimuru was fine. And, Hinata walks away. She's like, I got revenge on 𝐒𝐻𝐲𝐸. I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. And she walks away, which we need to know more about her as well. We know that she serves the church, and she serves the kingdom. But we need to know more about her. But regardless, that happens. He heads off to Tempest, and then that's where, like, the stuff hits the fan. So he goes off to Tempest, and, he gets introduced to the barrier. He gets introduced to kind of, like, what's going on in the town and in his city. And this is when, like, the feels just happen. Like, he gets introduced to, like, all of the chaos that has ensued, and he finds Benimaru. Well, he finds his, the leader of the village, and they kind of start explaining, like, the kingdom of Falmouth, they invaded us and all that stuff. Then, they find Benimaru, and Benimaru is about to kill that Mulin girl. And she's the one who launched, the part of the barrier. She's the one who's working for the Demon Lord, whatever his name is. The Demon Lord, you guys can tell me in the comments. But she's the one who works for the Demon Lord. And, that she's about to kill him. And they're being protected by, the other people. And, he's just like, he's trying to process all this stuff. And she takes him to the town square, the center of the town, where the chaos happened, and he sees the death, and all his people, like all the goblins, like they're all, they're dead. And at that point, the goblins are telling him, like, this happened because we did as you said. Now we know that it's not completely true, but he's like, this happened because of what you said, which was, don't harm the humans. And he's immediately having the regret and stuff. And, he's about to lose it, but he keeps his cool. And they go have an emergency meeting, and they all start to put it together that, like, hey, the kingdom of Falmouth was, it was working in cahoots with the Holy Church. And because the Holy Church had invaded, God's gonna blah, blah, blah. And the Holy Church was working in cahoots with the kingdom of Falmouth because, he was playing with fire, which was the trade routes, because all the trading was beginning to happen through Tempest. And that was screwing over, essentially, Falmouth. And he's starting to put all this together. And then he finds out that Mulin worked for, Demon Lord 𝐜𝐴𝐚𝐽. That's who it was, Demon Lord 𝐜𝐴𝐚𝐽. And when he finds out, he's like, okay, so really it's 𝐜𝐴𝐚𝐽, who he knew was going to come after him at some point, that was kind of pulling the strings and kind of made this chaos happen. And, essentially that's kind of where we left off in the episode. Now, we know that the next episode is going to be called Hope. And, we know that, he launched the trading to go say, hey, we're the victims here. And he's trying to put it together. So we know that something's going to happen to where it's going to be really hopeful for him. But really, this was such a good episode. Now, it started off super action-packed because, my God, the beginning episode is, like, super awesome. But then it ended kind of on more of a mute note. But this is still a really, really good episode. And I love the pacing of the anime so far. And I love that we're starting to see stuff hit the fan because that's what we needed to see. But it sucks that kind of half of his town had to be kind of sacrificed to get to this point. So I'm just really excited to see what the next episode has in store for us. And I just want to know what's going to happen with the Demon Lord. I want to know if he's just going to let Hinata go or he's going to chase after that. He's going to have to face her because he's going to have to take down the Holy Church at some point because they're so just out there. He's going to have to face her regardless, but he's going to have to, pump it up. But, tell me what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments down below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts were. Let me know what you guys think of the series so far. But I am so engrossed in this series. And I love the second season. That time I was reincarnated as a slime so far. And I think this episode is really awesome. But thank you guys for your time. As always, this has been the little part of the internet carved out for just us anime fans right here on youtube.com/the Otaku Room. The video on screen right now, guys, that's going to be our full reaction to this latest episode. Go check it out so you can see my moments that I had during the episode. And the one right next to it, guys, that's what YouTube says is best for you. I always appreciate if you guys subscribe. I always appreciate if you guys like. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.